This time of year, the shops are bursting with spooky treats all ready for Halloween. But why buy them when you can have some family fun making your own? From googly-eyed cookies to vampire apples, I'll show you how to make 3 easy Halloween themed treats that you and your family can whip right up at home. First up, googly-eyed jam cookies. All the ingredients are listed in the pinned comment, the description, and on my website if you want to follow along. First, my little minions are measuring out 100 grams of caster sugar for me. Next, we need 100 grams of butter. I'm using a vegetable based spread, so this recipe stays vegetarian friendly. You can use whatever butter you prefer, but ideally soften it first. You don't have to, but as my son's discovering here, it definitely makes life easier. But they were a bit impatient to start, so lesson learnt.
You look like you're struggling.
Now add the sugar and butter together and cream them until smooth. My mini-me struggled a bit with this, so I had to take over for a moment. This was because I didn't soften the butter, whoops. So if you do want your kids to do all of the work, leave that butter out of the fridge first. Once that's nice and creamy, crack in 1 egg and add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now for the flour. Measure out 200 grams of plain flour and mix it into the bowl to make your dough. My eldest started struggling with the mixing at this point, so I took over and promoted them to cameraman duty. And honestly, I think they've done a pretty good job. Once the dough's ready, pop it in the fridge to chill for about 30 minutes, and while that's happening, preheat your oven to 160 degrees centigrade. When the dough's firmed up in the fridge, roll it out and portion it into small balls. This recipe makes about 20 cookies. If my kids were in charge, we'd probably end up with 5 massive ones instead. So I'm doing this bit myself. They do spread a little in the oven, so leave space between each one. I realised mine were a bit too close together and so decided to bake them in a couple of batches instead. Flatten each ball slightly, then press your thumb into the middle to make a little well. That's where your jam goes. We're using our very own homemade Witch's Brew jam from last week. I'll pop a tag up if you missed that video, and there's a link in the description too. You can use any jam you like though, but Witch's Brew jam is obviously best. The kids loved this part, possibly because there was a bit of sneaky jam tasting going on.
Oscar, come on. You need to put the thumbprint in. Put the thumbprint in. How did you do it first try? I think I just
Maybe give it a little bit more of a wiggle, so it's a little bit bigger.
Wiggle. I think it's not coming off. Technical difficulties.
Bake for 10 to 15 minutes until they're golden brown, and then decorate however you like. We added googly eyes for fun Halloween look, and yes, there may have been some snacking involved there too. And that's treat number 1 done. They're not shot perfect, but they're ours. Made with a bit of chaos and a lot of fun. We even tried getting fancy with some icing, sugar, spider webs, but, well, that didn't exactly go to plan. Maybe you'll have better luck at home. Don't tell the kids. Next up, Haunted Chocolate Bark. This no-bake slab of spooky sweetness is super easy and so much fun to make with the kids or grandkids. Start by grabbing a baking tin, square, round, whatever you've got, and line it with greaseproof paper. Then measure out 300 grams of milk chocolate and 150 grams of white chocolate. Now heat a pan with a little water, don't let it boil, just bring it to a gentle simmer and place a heat-proof bowl on top. I'm using my trusty old Pyrex. Break the milk chocolate and pop it into the bowl to melt. You can use any chocolate you like here. Dark chocolate actually works really well, but my kids won't touch it. The key is to melt it indirectly, just like this. Don't heat the chocolate directly in a pan. I did that the first time and I ended up with a solid burnt lump of sadness and regret. Once it's all silky and melted, carefully pour the chocolate into your lined tin. The bowl will be hot, so take care. Tilt the tin gently so the chocolate spreads evenly, and if you need to, use a spoon to level it out. Licking the bowl clean is optional, but highly recommended. Now do the exact same thing for the white chocolate. If you want to get fancy and use it for spiderweb designs, make sure the milk chocolate layer sets in the fridge first. But since we've already proven that I can't do spider webs, we're going to go for a marbled effect instead. Pour the melted white chocolate straight into the still warm milk chocolate and swirl it through with a spoon or skewer, knife, whatever you've got, until you've got this gorgeous marbled look. Then pop it in the fridge for about an hour to set. Once it's firm, it's decorating time. You can use the leftover melted chocolate to stick on decorations, but I ran out strangely, so I'm using maple syrup instead. It works surprisingly well for sticking on mini marshmallows and these little ghosty Halloween cake toppers I've got.
Spooky.
Let me know in the comments how you would decorate yours, and while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Lastly, vampire candy apples. Everyone loves a candy apple and they are super easy to make. Start with 6 apples. I'm just using shop bought gala apples, but you can use whatever variety you like best. We keep a stash of these giant cocktail sticks around. They're great for roasting marshmallows, or in this case, impaling apples. Just push the stick right through the centre until it feels secure. Next, grab a baking tray or even a chopping board and cover it with greaseproof paper. Don't worry, this isn't going in the oven, it's just a place for the apples to set later. Now for the candy coating, we are going to pour 100 milliliters of water into a saucepan, and we're going to add 300 grams of caster sugar and stir until the sugar is dissolved. Then add 2 tablespoons of golden syrup. Bring it up to a boil and heat until it reaches the hard crack stage at 150 degrees centigrade. I'm using a jam thermometer to check mine, but if you don't have one, you can still tell. Just dip in a spoon and lift it out, and if the syrup clings to it like it's been glazed with super glue, it's ready. Now for the vampire twist. Add a few drops of the red food colouring to get that blood red effect. Start with a little and add more if you want it darker. Take the pan off the heat and start dunking apples straight away, twisting them in syrup so they get a full glossy coat. Set them on the lined tray to cool and harden. In no time you'll have a batch of beautiful blood red candy apples, and if you've heated the syrup long enough they'll set hard like glass, giving you that perfect crunch when you bite in. If it's undercooked, don't panic, they'll just be soft and sticky instead, but still delicious. You could even drizzle them with some melted chocolate for an extra treat, but mysteriously I'm out of chocolate again. And do please clean up straight away. This stuff sets super hard and is really hard to get off. Make sure you use plenty of hot water and you should be able to rinse it off. And there we have it. 3 easy spooky Halloween treats you can make right at home. From googly-eyed cookies to marbled chocolate bark and those glossy vampire apples, they might not be picture perfect, but they are ours and they taste amazing. If you give any of these a go, I'd love to know. Do let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that little bell button so you don't miss next week's video. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep crafting self-reliance one skill at a time.